Hello everyone and welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and for today's game discussion we are going to do Liberation Maiden on the Nintendo 3DS. This is available only on the 3DS shop. It's $8 and it comes from a pretty high pedigree. Level 5 is publishing it with Grasshopper manufacturer Suda51 developing it, and it is a very fun game. It's part of Level 5's Guild 01 series. That includes Aeroporter, which I haven't downloaded because I'm not into airport simulators, and Crimson Shroud, which I am playing, and it's a very fun sort of Dungeons and Dragons-esque RPG. And then there's a third game that's a fantasy rhythm RPG that we haven't got over here in the West yet. And I do see that they are planning on doing a Guild 02 compilation with the creator of Mega Man and a few other people making games as well. So that'll be fun to see what those are. But yeah, for $8, this is a very fun action shmup game. It actually kind of reminded me a lot of Sin and Punishment, and very frantic. And actually, it really reminds me a lot of Kid Icarus in a lot of ways, like sort of the flying stages, the fun stages of Kid Icarus, where you use the control pad to fly around, and then you use the stylus to aim your reticule, and you have a targeted shot. So basically, you just drag your reticule over enemies, and then you pull the stylus up off of the control screen, or the touch screen, and it fires your shot. And but yeah, really fun game. I really think a lot of people should check this out. You can watch videos of it online or just on the 3DS in general. But let's break it down as we always do, and let's talk about the storyline. And it is one of those crazy, wacky storylines where you play as a teenaged president of New Japan named Shoku, and she's flying around this big mech. And apparently, basically you're fighting off these sort of mechanized enemies and trying to restore nature to Japan. So you'll be flying around, you'll see like these purple buildings, and you fire at them, and you'll destroy them, and then all of a sudden all these plant life will come out of there. So you're trying to restore nature to New Japan, and really, that's where the storyline goes. It's just you fighting all these different enemies on these stages. It does get kind of repetitive because basically you kind of fly around and fight. It's all like a big open area. You can fly to any part of the stage you want to. So you're just kind of flying around fighting enemies, and then you'll get to a spot where you find a lesser spike. And you have to fight this, 3 of these lesser spikes to lower the shields on the greater spike. And every now and then, the game will throw a submission at you, like go blow up these fuel tanks or something like that. So it does get a little bit repetitive, but luckily the game is only 5 stages long. It's a very short game, so it's not going to overstay its welcome. I did find that, much like Kid Icarus, my hand really cramped with the control scheme. And I'm playing these games, and on the one hand, I think, the stylus gives me really awesome control over where that reticule goes. And if I was using the Circle Pad Pro, I might not have as accurate of control. But at the same time, holding this little 3DS and trying to use the control pad and then the L button to strafe, it really cramped my hand. So I think people with the 3DS XL are going to have a lot more fun with this because it's not so cramped. The 3DS XL really fits my hand a lot better. I really should go out and get one. But yeah, other than that, I found the controls to be spot on, and really enjoyed it. Actually, it was really a lot of fun. The graphics, some things I've read said the graphics are like last gen. For a downloadable game on this system, I thought the graphics look amazing. I'm constantly surprised by how the handhelds are just, how massive the handhelds are, even with like the Vita and the 3DS, and just some of the stuff you see in these games. That being said, things are a bit simple. you know, the enemies look a bit simple and things like that, but you're flying around so fast and targeting things, you don't really you don't really look. You just more look for the red square to tell you where an enemy's at so you can fire on them. The music, I really enjoyed the music of this game. I don't know if there's like a digital soundtrack out there. Audio, the game is fully voiced, so the characters are always chatting amongst themselves. Really just a really fun game. Not much else to say about it other than, you know, if you're looking for something to sort of kind of, you'll blow it through it quick, but you might want to come back to it, you know, and play it at harder difficulty levels and things like that. You know, $8 for an experience like that, you know, I'm not going to complain because, you know, it really was a fun game. And hopefully, now I'm going to get back to Crimson Shroud. Hopefully that won't be too awful long because it's a fun game as well, and I'd really like to talk about it as well. But I would definitely say, if you're looking for something new and interesting on your 3DS, go check out Liberation Maiden, and you'll have a good time with it, if you like that style of game, that is. So. Anyway, yep, that is pretty much it for Liberation Maiden. Definitely check it out, and look forward to the Guild 02 games when they come out. I think they're just still in the announcement stages right now, but this is something that's kind of cool. Over in Japan, I think you got all 4 games for one download, and over here in the West, they broke them up into each individual game. So, yeah, definitely check that out. And check out Crimson Shroud. Crimson Shroud's a little bit different, but we'll talk about that when I finish it. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.